Here we go. Intuition. Yo, this is embarrassing. I haven't even taken this off yet. Tags. I'm always in a rush to do these. All right, here we go. Hey, friend. So, human beings are the only living creatures on the face of this planet that teach their kids to kill their instincts. Now, why is this, and what are instincts for your career, especially if you're a photographer, a director, any kind of visual artist, any kind of freelancer? Please, please listen. I have nothing to gain from this besides making sure that you guys are using one of the tools that I'm using, no matter where you're from, no matter what country you were born in, what language you speak, what religion you practice or don't practice. One of the very first words you ever learned as a new human being, as a little tiny baby, is the word no, or whatever that word would be in your language. No. The reason for that is, yes, it's a simple word, at least in English, or I speak Farsi also, so it's nay. It is a simple word. But it's so simple that it keeps rolling off the tip of our tongues over and over and over. No, don't do that. No, 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 don't cry. Now imagine a little person, a little human being, and their whole world is their mom and their dad. Like that's all that they know from the whole damn world. And your entire world keeps telling you no. That's why no matter what part of this planet you are from, one of the very first words, if not one of your first one or two words, is the word no. And that shows you how much you have heard no from the beginning. And the no's are for you to conform. No, don't cry, conform, and be quiet. Everything is about taking you and shrinking you. Now, animals, name any other animal on this planet, they don't do that. Our parents do that because they love us, because they want us to have an easier life, because they want us to fit into a mold, not have a hard life. This world, this life is hard. Now, let's think about that and what that does for you in your business, in your life. So oftentimes we'll hear, don't do that. Be a good boy. Boys don't cry. Boys don't show emotions. Boys don't do this. Be strong. Be tough. Imagine what that does for that little boy that's from this big to this big to this big to this big. Eventually, they have been programmed by their entire world, which is their mother and their father. Don't cry. Don't show emotions. Be strong. Now, the same thing with a girl. Okay, traditionally we tell girls, be quiet. All of that is not only is that teaching them to be quiet, it's teaching them to kill their instincts. Now I'm going to tell you why I think this is more detrimental than people think that it is. Your instincts are your sixth sense. That's your direct line from you to whatever higher power you believe in. Now, higher power, this is why I don't say the word God, because people freak out and they close off the video or the channel, whatever it is. I don't care if you believe in God. I don't care if you believe in Mother Nature, energy, the light, source power, the universe, or if you just think there's something bigger than you and you don't know what it is. There is something bigger than you. There just is. I mean, if you don't believe in any of that stuff, at least believe in Mother Nature. Like something is making this world, grow and exist for millions and billions of years. Your instincts is your direct line. It's like a direct phone call line, a direct number to you and that higher source. So that voice will tell you, don't get in that car right now. Don't take this job. Don't do this. And how many times have you thought about it? Or it is saying, hey, pick up your phone and check up on your friend. Call your parents. How many times have you sat there and you've thought about somebody and you thought about a friend and you're like, oh, you're just thinking about your friend. And then all of a sudden they text you. That's your instincts. That's your connection. That's them thinking about you and you thinking about them. Even though our parents, the people that raise us, have taught us to squish our instincts, there are these moments where they come through and you see a little bit of a glimpse on this. Okay? So, or you get, or something tells you, don't get into this car. And then you find out later that there was a car accident and you're so thankful you did not get in that car. So these are your instincts. I'm really laying it out for you in a way that I understood it so that you understand the importance of redeveloping this. So if you were not allowed to walk as a child, you're not gonna be able to walk as an adult. You're gonna have to go to physical therapy and redevelop those muscles. When I started this career, one of my good friends, Jamie King, really broke this down for me. And he told me what my instincts were. And he said, Waleed, anytime you get this crazy idea in your heart, in the pit of your stomach, and it says, do this, paint everybody on set green. And everybody thinks you're stupid. Let them think you're stupid. You do that because you just got a direct phone call from whatever higher power you believe in that says this is for your best calling. Now, here's like 2 or 3 examples real fast of direct calls that I picked up. I couldn't pay rent. but I had this gut feeling. The gut feeling stayed for a day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. It stayed for like 2 weeks. And it said, purchase a camera. Now, here's the crazy thing. I didn't even know what photography really was. Like, I did not even know that on a DSLR, you could take a lens off and put another lens in. I did not even know that Photoshop existed. So that's how beginner I was. I wasn't even beginner. I was like beyond beginner, like way far back, right? So I went to the store. I had a credit card with $2,000 limit. I bought the camera. They charged me like $1,999.37. Literally, they used every single penny of that credit card. I bought a camera. I got in my car. I said, "You're a damn loser. What are you doing? What are you doing?" I went home and I practiced for 3-4 days, just trying to figure out, turn this on. This is how it turns on. This is what this button does, whatever. A week and a half later, I got a call from a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend and said, "Hey, Waleed, do you have a video camera?" And I was like, "Yes," because I was doing some behind the scenes music video stuff, behind the scenes only, okay? And they said, "We need you immediately. Somebody got fired. We need somebody with a video camera." Video. Now, keep in mind, I bought a photography camera. Someone with a video camera to shoot some BTS for Usher. This is the second time. Here's a second example of my voice going, that inner voice, that instinct, the direct phone call saying, "Listen." I was about to close the door to my apartment when that voice spoke to me and said, "Usher doesn't know why you're here. The manager does. Usher doesn't know that you're just video. Grab that photography camera you spent your last dollar on." Let me try to abbreviate the story really fast. I go in, super nervous. I didn't know anything. I had oh shoot, here we go. It's right here actually. 1 gig. That is it. 1. So I shot everything in JPEG small. It fit. And every picture looked like garbage. Garbage. I put my video camera on a tripod in the corner. I hit record. So that footage will forever look like home security camera footage. Okay. Check on that one. Fail, actually. But I got that done. And I decided to shoot. And as luck would have it, my camera was on JPEG only and JPEG small. So somehow this little card fit like a few hundred images, and I shot like a machine gun, and I didn't know anything. And Usher at one point asked me, "Hey, what f-stop are you using?" My instincts told me it's easier if you walk away and he thinks you're crazy than if you stay and you look dumb. I was on automatic pilot. I had surrendered myself to the higher power that I believe in. I'm Muslim, so I'm not gonna, like, why am I hiding that? That's so stupid. I just don't want anyone to close off and go, "He believes in God." I don't, you know? It doesn't matter. It's a higher source, and no judgment for you. And I swear to God, like, I feel like all the faiths are the same anyways. So when he asked me what f-stop it was, I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know what f-stop is, okay? But I walked away. I went upstairs. We were at the Kodak Theater in Hollywood. Walked upstairs 2 levels above ground and looked at my little BlackBerry. I had written notes. And I was like, f-stop means this. Okay, memorize that, memorize that. Come back downstairs. All right. And then he didn't ask me again. So I was like, if he asks me again, I have it memorized. But I kept shooting. I kept shooting. I was done with the day. I can't believe how bad I failed. I went home. I looked at the card in the back of the camera. And remember, I didn't even know Photoshop existed. Okay. Everything looked like garbage. Out of focus. I kept hitting this button called ISO on the Canon 40D. And, you know, the ISO is not very strong. And basically, it was like getting grainier and grainier and grainier and grainier. It was so bad. I got a call from his then manager, Benny Medina, who was like, "Hey, Waleed, where are these pictures?" Now, I thought I was a loser before, but I for whatever reason in my mind, I'm like, they're not going to call me. They called me. They called me like a day and a half, 2 days after, and they're like, "Waleed, where are these pictures?" Now, you want to know how I opened the pictures? I dumped them all in a folder, okay? Then I opened them one at a time, and I said, this is good and this is not good. Then I'll hit Control-C, copy them, and then put them in a second folder if that was like a 3-star, okay? Did that for like a few hundred pictures. Imagine how long that took. I'm going to get to my 4th and final example of my instincts kicking in and how it changed my life. Then I went to another folder. Those were the 2 stars. Then I went to the 1 folder, which was like the 1 stars. Now, let me tell you what made these 1 stars. I probably could only pull about 10, 14, 15 pictures that you could recognize that was Usher. Everything else was such a blur you couldn't even recognize. You're like, this is some man downstairs in some dark building. I was like, oh my God, 300? Okay, well, these are kind of passable. These are kind of passable. Essentially, it came out to be like 15 max. And they were all different colors. And they were just muddy looking and flat and grainy and contrast. It was so ugly. Well, I get this call and they're like, where's the pictures? Instincts kicked in. Like my fourth direct phone call came. I was able to pull like 10 or 11 of them. I opened up the pictures in preview on my laptop, on an Apple. Preview, like with the way you open up a PDF in preview. And you know how in preview at the very top, it has saturate, desaturate, sharpen, exposure, contrast, those very, very basic settings that you would fix, I don't know, a document in, maybe? Okay? Because remember, I didn't even know Photoshop existed. That's how I did it. That instincts, that fourth phone call came from my higher source and said, turn them all black and white. Now they're black and white. They're black and white and super grainy. They're black and white and kind of out of focus. They're black and white and super contrasty. They're black and white and blown out, but also contrasty and grainy. There's a whole vibe right here. On accident. On accident. I didn't mean to do that. Which I do love that style, by the way. I sent these over and pretty much said everything's over. My career ended before it started. Within the hour, within 45 minutes, I get a call from Usher's manager, and they're like, Waleed, Benny wants to talk to you, who was at the time, Usher's manager. Now he manages Jennifer Lopez. And I was like, hey, Benny, like ready to be cussed out. Benny has a reputation. And he said to me, and this is the moment my life changed. So Benny gets me on the phone. He's like, Waleed, I don't know how you figured it out. I don't know what you did, but you figured it out. But his whole new look is old Hollywood. When I tell you it's your secret weapon, it's your secret weapon, okay? And he fell in love with your pictures. And he wants to know if you would be open to being his personal private photographer. And would you want to go on tour with him? It doesn't matter what you believe in religious-wise. It doesn't matter if you believe in God or not. Just believe in yourself. Instincts has been in every single business deal. Instinct failure has been in every single business deal. My instincts told me ahead of time I was going to fail. This was not right. Don't do this deal. But I did it, okay? When that happens, listen to your instincts. Every win I've had, every damn win I have had is because my instincts told me to do something. I'm going to talk more about this. That's how much I believe in it. I don't sell a course in instincts. I don't sell an ebook on instincts. I don't sell anything. It's free source for all of us. Even went longer into the story because I even want, like, my editor has like English names, but it's Jargo, but it's Gary too. I even want him to hear it. And I want him to understand the importance of instincts. This is for you too, okay? I want him to understand the importance of instincts in his career. It's like the biggest secret weapon. I'm telling you, it's your secret weapon. It is what nothing in this world can replace, your instincts. Here's a quick exercise, 2 more minutes of how you can work on your instincts. Moving forward, when you have a big win, keep a little journal and tell yourself why you had that win. What was it about it? What did it feel like physically in your body what did it feel like physically in your body that made you go, this is the right thing for me? And you went on it. And then of course you put in the work and it worked out. Every time you have a fail, write that in the journal and go, okay, what did it feel like? Did I know this was going to be a bad decision, but I did it anyways? For me, it's like a tightness in my chest. It's like butterflies in my stomach if it's good. I'm currently looking for a new place to move into. I've outgrown this. I'm driving around the neighborhood because I'm gauging with my body what's a good area for me to move into. I've always done that. As soon as I crossed that neighborhood in my car, I crossed the neighborhood line and I went to the next neighborhood. I felt like this release here in my chest. And I was like, okay, that was not it. And then I felt like this complete release. And I knew that the next neighborhood is where I need to look. Now you can laugh about this. I don't care. Don't care. It's the tool that has worked for me over and over. I'm going to open up more about my life in this channel. I no longer work with Usher, for the record, and he's great. He will forever get credit in my career, in my life, as photographically the person that gave me a chance and that really helped move the needle. Now, I worked my butt off for 2 years every day after that with him. And I shot record covers for him and all that stuff. If you want to learn more about photography, you want to learn more about how to make money with your craft, your video, creative direction, if you're a visual artist, please subscribe to this channel. And I hope to see you again. All right, thank you.